Alright guys, welcome back, and it's been quite a while since I've done some filming. Haven't done a lot of fishing this summer. It's been super hot. I've had a lot of rain, and the fishing just has been up and down with moving water levels, but it's coming time for fall, and got a new project I'm working on here. I'm going to do some duck hunting this fall and some bow hunting for deer, but we're actually building a new pontoon blind this year for duck hunting. It's going to be something, we've done this before. It was a 4x8 pontoon before. It was pretty unstable. We kind of kept it in one spot, but this year me and Brady bought a paddle boat. Now we turned into a pontoon blind, and we're in the early stages of building it, and I thought, why not film it? So today just going to do some painting, just kind of do a base coat with everything, but we do have majority of the materials here now, so now it's just me trying to find time to really do it. But right here we have all of our plywood for the floor, and then this is actually going to be our EVA foam flooring. I got the I think it was green camo jungle or something. And then our actual blind pieces will be made out of PVC for lightness, so we can try and carry this thing around. Got our new lights, our waterproof fabric, so if it rains, we can put our top over us. More lights, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be quite the process. I'm going to try and do as much filming as I can. Okay, we're down where I got the pontoon build right now. Flies are horrible in here. But here is the paddle boat fiberglass top that was on this. And this is what we've turned it into so far. Brady does all the welding for all of our projects here. He's master at it. So this was just the two pontoons. That's all we took off of this. And then he completely aluminum welded this whole frame. And then dropped it off with me to make it look pretty. So we're going to do our best and start painting her. So there we go. We got this dead grass green. That'll be our base coat. So let's get after. Alright guys, we got mostly 2 layers, some spots 3 layers, but the base coat's completely done now. So obviously I didn't do like in here and on the cross members because I'm covering with plywood. Just gonna have floor over it. Painted the sides down that green gray dead grass color. So she looks pretty good. Gonna let that dry probably for the rest of the day. It's pretty hot. We're back. Day 2 of the pontoon build. Today we're gonna try and get all of the brackets for the lights to go on. We got all of these little L brackets with a hole stamped in them so that we can, it's gonna be part of the folding blind. So I have 4 of these lined up on each railing. Gonna screw or bolt them down, and then there will be a main beam PVC pipe that goes through them so that they can actually pivot, caps on the end, and then tees so that the whole frame can be adjustable for different people, different heights, or in the morning if you want to have it up so that you're making breakfast so it's not on top of you. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Just gonna start drilling all the holes for the light brackets right now and go from there. Alright, we got one side done. now we got our 2 spotlights mounted up front. And all of my wires are gonna go, they're gonna run down because I have a light going there and a light going there. Don't know yet about the back, and then they're on these 2 rungs going up and down. There's gonna be interior lighting flashing in, so whatever we got to do in the morning we can see, and that's all gonna run to the back there, and it's going to go to an ammo box can or a gun case box that's gonna have a 3-switch panel on it, so I can control everything from the back. We can have just the spotlights on. We can have the exterior lights that are going to go off the side just in case we want to have them on when people are coming out so they can see us if we're on public land. And then I'll have a switch just for the interior lights so that if we're on private and we don't need to have our lights on or whatever, we can just have the inside lights on so we're not wasting battery on the outside ones. So that's pretty cool. Next, I think going to put on, I got these 2 super duty heavy handles from a job site, so I think I'm going to mount them on the front, and the back is sort of a handle / step up if we need to get in and out of the pontoon while we're in the water and it's shallow enough. Well, that was something else. So we got that mounted. Be a good handle for us. I still got to paint it, obviously, but that'll be good to go. Next, probably going to work on, I got these, what should I call it? They're the interior lighting. They're just like a little pod. I'm gonna put them right on the inside so that'll work out good. I got some self-tappers. So this is how these pod interior lights are gonna work. I got this nice little rubber boot, and then cord runs through it, just as a little spacer, I suppose. I'm gonna just offset a little bit so that cord can run, and all of my cords are gonna try and run right under the railing here so we don't catch them with guns, boots, anything like that. So yeah, that'll work good, just like that. So got those all mounted on here. Just gonna leave these all wrapped up for now because I still gotta do painting on the outside here. Alrighty guys, got these 2, let's see if I can do it like this. We got these 2 lights mounted, just like the other side. We're gonna run them again straight back, and then these ones will probably go, these ones will go straight here. And then probably have to ride this rail because I want all the power in the back right. So that'll be some finagling when I get to it, but yeah, that's the plan on that. And then this little piece right here, I don't know if I went over this before, it's a transom. We just plan on probably running a trolling motor on this with a 12-volt battery over there as well. So, but we are also thinking about doing a mud motor, like a long tail, possibly, but we also have to do some tests first because we're not sure on how much weight we're gonna have with a couple dozen decoys and possibly a dog and then 2 of us in there. It's a lot of weight, and we've only been in with these tunes once when it was a paddle boat, so we haven't really tested the full weight capacity. I think the weight capacity when it's a paddle boat is around like 400 or 500 pounds or something like that. So we're definitely not over, but you don't want to have that much weight and then also have too powerful of a motor. So, all right, guys. Next up, I got these handles off of Amazon. I think when I looked at the product dimensions, I think the size was the plate that they gave me, and I thought that was the handle. They're a little smaller, obviously, than I was expecting, but they're not that bad because you don't obviously put your whole entire fist in the handle. You just need up to that knuckle, and they still fit. And so they're going to go in the front if we ever need to pick it up or something like that to get over logs or need to get over a berm or down a hill for something like that, at least we got a few different handles in front. I don't know if you guys seen from the beginning here when I was painting, but there's handles on the tunes themselves welded on actually. And then we're going to have these handles here. And like I said, this could be used as a step or even a handle though. It is very sturdy, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 handle options in the front, and then I got 2 sets of these handles. So then I'm going to put 2 in the back on either side of the transom as well. So that will give us every little bit of handle we probably will need on this whole thing. Plus there's 2 handles welded in the back on the tunes as well. So there'll be 4 in the back, or 5 in the back actually, once I put on this other step or handle. So it'll be 5 in the back, 5 in the front. I think will be good enough on handles for anything that comes at us. Perfect. We got our handles right there. Welcome back, guys. We are working on the pontoon build again today. It's been probably a week or a little more than a week since I was last recording. I have done a little bit. I can't remember quite where I left off. I remember I had the lights on. Now I've went ahead and down here I've put on the gun holders for when we're transporting. We can have our guns locked in on the side. We don't have to have them rolling around or nothing like that. I actually had to drill out all of these. I don't know if you guys can see. I actually had to drill out all of these just a little bit more. I had Brady drill them out at the shop for a 1-inch, and then I bought 1-inch PVC pipe, and they were just a little small because the 1-inch I think is for the inside circle, possibly the PVC, or he just didn't get it perfect or whatever. But drilled them out a little bit more, so now that's good. Taped all of my railings that I'm gonna have the plywood on top of, so there's just no metal to wood contact. And then today we're gonna put kind of some of the blind pieces together. I've pre-painted them, and then actually when we bought the tunes and took off the top of the old paddle boat, on one of the weld seams for a support bar for the paddle boat, there's just a hairline crack in the tune. So we're actually gonna just take some JB weld, and I've already sanded it down and cleaned it up with some 80 grit sandpaper just so we get good contact, because I did paint that spot and I forgot to do it. Got the JB weld on there, and it's the top of the tune, so I'm not really worried about it like taking on any water whatsoever. I just really want there to be no chance of it causing a problem down the road, hopefully. So it's always just safe to be safe. What's the saying? It's always better to be safe than sorry. There we go. Alright, for each side, I got 3 tees. I have 3/4 inch tees, and that's because I have 1-inch PVC pipe. I bought a 10-foot stick of PVC pipe, and I've painted all these already, pre-painted them, so that I'm not dealing with, once they're in there, I don't have to deal with like turning them harder and stuff. I just stood these up in here and then just painted them down. So, but yeah, I got a 10-foot stick of 1-inch that I cut down the 9-foot, and then I have 2 1-inch caps, and I have 3 of the 3/4 inch tees. I have 3/4 inch tees because I want them to slip over the 1-inch. So show you why I want that if it's not obvious already. But so we're gonna feed the 1-inch bring it down here. gonna feed this 1-inch through these aluminum brackets I have, like I was saying, and I have a cap on one end of my pipe, and I have one T down there. That T is gonna stay obviously on the front end. We're gonna have a T in the middle, and then we're gonna have a T. I'm gonna put it on the very end, and then cap it off so that the T's actually can't fit over the caps, because the inside's a 1-inch, but the outside is bigger than a 3/4. So the caps are just to make sure that nothing falls apart, obviously, when we're going across the lake, because it can get bumpy. So, give you a little close-up look, more of what that looks like. So we got a T here, and this can screw down either way. I'm gonna have to fidget with it once we get the blind on to see where the lights are gonna sit nice. But so T, T, and T. So then from there, I have it right over there. I'm gonna put the other one through the same brackets. So then I will have a 3/4 inch pipe going up from there, and it'll actually have a 90 and 90, so it'll make a panel, a rectangle panel right here that I, because I put these brackets in, can move up and down for whatever height we want, or if we want to have them straight up for when we're moving across the lake, or if we want them straight down for when we're sitting in there, or have them straight up for when we're grilling, cooking in the morning, waiting if we get out there early because we're on a public land spot, get comfy. And this is big enough where you could have 2 guys laying down if you really wanted to sleep on the lake. So we're going to go ahead and do the other side quick. Actually, I can show you guys the gun holders. All it is just mounts straight to here. Gun goes in. Flip the strap over, and these are on Amazon as well. They're actually oar. I want to say oar holders for like kayaks, or if you want to have it on the boat, whatever. Just so you can put the oar in there and then strap it on. But I fitted my gun in there, and it actually works perfect, and it's all rubber, so I know it's not gonna get scratched up at all. So that's a big plus. But I think now we're ready for doing a lot of cuts for the plywood, because now I want to get the flooring flush with the outside here. So I want it to get flush right here. So I actually have to notch out the plywood on all of these railings posts. So it's going to take me a bit. I think I'm just going to probably, snap my fingers like that, and it'll be done. So without further ado, and done. I was only, 2 hours of sweating, a lot of swearing, but yeah, cut around every single one of these notched poles. Tried to get them as tight as I can. That side's a lot tighter, but it was a lot harder, and it took me forever to wiggle it into place. This one I gave myself, 1/4 inch gap all the way around, so it was just a lot easier to do. And there's no, this is still aluminum down here in the gaps, so it's not like if I were to drop anything on the pontoon, it's going to go anywhere. Plus, I'm still putting EVA foam on, and I'm going to get that, flush to those posts, hopefully as tight as I can, so that there's zero gap for anything to fall down. I don't know what that I would have on me that might fall in a 1/4 inch gap, but the tighter I can get that, the better. So yeah, that's all done now. Now I'm going to probably take a sheet off and make it easier on myself and drill all my holes for my carriage bolts to go through, and then I'll go underneath and lay in the dirt and suck the carriage bolts down into the plywood pretty good, so you're not feeling it under the EVA foam, but then it's going to be locked in and it's not going anywhere. So